Well, welcome to 9B, which is beer, bourbon, Boulevardier, and business talk and BS by three bloviating, bombastic bros in Bryan, Texas. We are starting the show.
That's amazing.
And today our topic is, for episode 4, the blue collar swap out, trading spreadsheets for sheetrock.
Yep. All right, this is about the Great Resignation 2.0. This is white-collar workers eyeing blue-collar jobs.
There's a shift.
This is the desk-to-ditch revolution. White-collar workers are trading laptops for ladders. A significant portion of the white-collar workforce is considering a move to blue-collar trades, driven by a desire for better pay, job stability, and a sense of fulfillment. This trend, led by Gen Z, is challenging the long-held belief that a college degree is the only path to success. Join us as we explore the erosion of the traditional college-to-career path and the growing disillusionment with corporate life. We'll highlight a generational shift in values where practical skills and tangible results are increasingly prized over prestigious titles and office perks. Do you guys remember quiet quitting?
Yes.
Like, what was that, 2021? Something like that? Amazing.
Yeah. And only allowed because of how much labor was in the workforce and how much sort of leverage it seemed like employees had over management. And then it was like, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. It just seemed like it. Like, okay, we all left for a couple of years and now we realize you need us.
Yeah.
It was like that.
And there was so much money coursing through the system that everybody's salaries kept going up and the demands of the employee also kept going up. And then you were kind of leveraged over a barrel.
Yeah.
And then reality hits and there's an economic ouch. And then people are now like scrambling. Here we are, 2025, the end of 2025. And it's like, I'm very thankful for my job because who knows, we're laying off tens, hundreds of thousands of people. And now the workforce does not have quite the leverage that they enjoyed.
Yeah, I saw a thing trending on LinkedIn last week was quiet cracking, which is like, oh my gosh, the stress of the work, the stress is unbearable. And what you see that in relationship to is the pay. The pay is not as great as we were told it was going to be. And there's fewer people in my workspace because I'm
doing
going to do more for them. They keep promising AI is going to make my life better.
And really, it just keeps notching up in terms of how much content is supposed to be produced, how much is supposed to be delivered. And it hasn't calibrated.
Yeah.
Like it's ramping up, but it does make people crack.
And so this is all driving the decision to go pursue a blue-collar career that can't be touched by AI.
Yeah. You get that handsome devil micro in there saying, hey, the trades is where it's at, and there's
huge demand,
and he's not
But
wrong.
a lot of people don't have, talking about quiet cracking, they don't have the crack to be able to
be a plumber,
to a blue-collar job,
Yeah, there's probably a pendulum swing that's going to happen here again.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because those jobs are not easy jobs.
No.
Yeah.
That's right.
But
so
I'm glad for people going into the trades. I mean, it's the not just the economics of it, but like you get this country moving again. You get them working. You get them producing.
And the big looming threat to that is robotics.
Yeah.
And if they can start instilling the AI in the robotics, it's just that there's going to be, probably decades worth of time between now and when a AI-powered, fully informed robot can come into a personal address and fix a bathroom vanity sink. Like that,
Or terminate you.
or kill you. Right. I just think there is going to be a lag.
There is that.
But you have, I don't know, 15, 20 years before something like that could probably happen.
I think I might be dead by then.
I don't know. I saw a robot up on a roof putting in a roof, like tile, shingles.
I didn't see that.
I saw this. I saw it was like picking up, not pallets, but the bundles of shingles, and it was opening them, laying them out. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
It was wild. There's a giant billboard in Houston, off of 290, that's like, hey, it's a construction company. We're hiring. Come get a job AI can't replace.
Mm-hmm.
And I drove past it and I was like, for now, like you get a little army of those little tiny short stack robots coming on. Man.
Okay, so I want to pick apart some of your opening here. So
Do it.
challenging the long-held belief that a college degree is the only path to success. So one of the factors that's driving this is that the value proposition of college and university for the cost is not increasing. That is going down. And especially, and I want to talk about this in a minute, among young men. So as I understand it, the college enrollment has tilted strongly in favor of female students, the male to female ratio.
Like the acceptance rate?
Yeah.
Okay.
And those who are still in college and graduating with degrees has tilted strongly female. So men are looking at it going, I don't see the value of all this money for a degree that is for a corporate world that doesn't feel like it fits me, and that I'm not favored, or at least, I don't know, the prospect doesn't look as good. Incentivized. So what am I going to do? And so I think that's a big part of this. Yes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about, I've got 3 kids up and coming, boys and girls, and it's like, as I look at my son entering into the college arena, my thing is, before you start college, because the price is so high now, you have to have a plan for what it's going to do for you. It's got to have an ROI on it.
Yeah. And you're also trying to guess at what field is going to be viable post AI.
Yeah. Which is, there's a certain kind of sadness. I have a friend who, her daughter says, I want to be a writer. I want to go into college and learn how to write stories and prose and poetry. And the mother says, AI is taking all of that away. There's going to be zero money in that. You have to do something far more.
That is a line of thought.
It's a line of thought. What I appreciate about that line of thought is that we're making an investment. It has to pay.
Yeah.
Like, that's true. You can write. You can always write. You can study. But I think some of those, the arts is going to move out of college and move more into, like, you have to want it. You have to self-educate on some of that.
Isn't there a trajectory, though, where, yes, for a time, it's taking all that away, but then the sameness, the blandness of the of that bot writing, because it all is just it's just synthesizing and summarizing and guessing, that human voice that's truly creative and truly original in the way that humans are original thinkers is gonna come back and be more valuable and more prized than maybe it is now. Isn't that a possible trajectory also?
You already start to see some of that with, like in our industry, copywriters for a while were like laid off in droves. And now some of the agencies are like, actually, no, we're going to rehire some of that, because it is.
But your process is going to be different now. Now your process is going to be.
Process is different.
Aided by
artificial intelligence. Yeah. So it does seem like if maybe, say, 10 years ago, there was a pretty solid humanities-driven, high-concept, artistic thinking class. There was a huge middle section, which is white-collar corporate jobs. And then there was the trades and actual physical labor world. It seems like this middle part is draining out, and it's either going to increase the value of the high cognitive conceptual work or push more value down into the trades. So this middle set, the college educated white collar corporate life, where you actually are supposed to make something like a career, where you're at least trying to make a lateral move and then make a bump up and build that kind of career, that feels like that's the thing going away.
You'd also think that in the thinking class, that as AI generated thought and summarization and answers begins to predominate in terms of how people see the world, then all the more contrarian ideas that push back against that challenge that, is going to be all the more valuable.
Yeah, the
right?
humanities.
Right. The ability to ask critical questions, the ability to think of multiple perspectives, to consider multiple perspectives.
True creativity.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the embedded promise in our current moment where we have so much hope on AI. Well, if we can normalize and vanillaize everything, then we don't need the thinkers, and we can figure out robots for the doers. And it's like,
well, and then I really chafe
efficiency.
I chafe against the idea of there has to be an ROI on education, because the liberal arts originally conceived, the free arts, were those disciplines that were not tied to an ROI as we would define it right now, right? They were the return on investment was they were going to make you fully human. Mm-hmm. They were going to make you more able to realize your humanity, your God-given
the humanity
talents and gifts, right? And so that's why when you're really conceiving what the humanities are supposed to do, you run up against that of, well, where is the return on investment?
Yeah,
but I don't want us to lose that as a culture.
I don't
society.
Either. Yeah, the problem is that
how do we fight?
We've made you fully human, but now you have hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt enslavement for the next 20 years.
Mm-hmm. No,
I mean that's
a real problem. I'm not.
Yeah, they drove the price way high. Like when I was in college, going into college, it was, hey, take some time and figure out what you're good at. A&M's line, I remember very distinctly, was, we want you to be a generalist for the first year or two, and that's why we've programmed that you taste everything. So you can learn math and history and writing and all the things. And you can do that as long as it's affordable. Look at us now.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as it's affordable.
As long as it's affordable.
Yeah. Well,
you triple the price on that, and it's like, well, what am I trading here?
That's right. So as I read this sort of framing, I thought, I don't know how you talk about this topic without thinking about the psychology of men, which is, I want to do something that is hard. I want to do a thing that makes a difference, that has some prestige to it, that I can build something that maybe outlasts me. And there is something about the nature of corporate work, white-collar work, where you are part of a larger institution, organization that doesn't have allegiance to you, clearly. Not in 2025, it doesn't. And I think that is part of the psychology driving. I want to get into the trades. I want to run my own electric company. I want to build my own thing. And there's that taps into something deep in young men.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very good thing.
Yeah. I mean, you get a lot of that in Texas.
Yeah.
Texans like it hard.
We covered that in a previous episode.
But I'd like to come back to that. We like things to be difficult. It does kind of bring up this question of young men who, or old men, if they are trading corporate life for something more physical, how good is the work going to be? I mean, desk jockey to ladder hiker,
Yeah.
You're going to fall off that ladder.
Yeah.
You don't have the inner ear for that.
So a guy who's spent 15 years in a white collar job behind a desk and now wants to jump out and go into trades, and you want to do that in a very different work culture in Texas, in the heat, right? The physical load versus mental load. That's very big. And you are going to wear your body out. It is hard. Getting on and off ladders, in and out of trucks, and that's something that I think everybody has to like evaluate. Yeah. Like how long can I be in the laboring versus move toward management or own the company?
Well, what's fascinating about this too, this trend that we're predicting, is this is happening amidst a society that is more obese than ever, is more afflicted with various kinds of degenerative diseases than ever, is more afflicted by various kinds of mental afflictions than ever. Like we're not a healthy society in our bodies, yet we're considering adopting jobs that are highly physical in nature so that we can have a career path and an economic stability in the face of technological development. I mean, that is...
You're saying we're not a nation full of 1915 farm boys from Iowa.
I mean, compare pictures of groups of people from today to 100 years ago, to 1925.
Save us RFK. I mean...
And you're saying that you're gonna scrape out of, Houston suburbs all these kids that have been at best in high school sports and put them into the trades, right?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like a recipe for success.
Yeah. We need to get fit.
It'll sort itself out. Well, that's what I mean, I don't know where this conversation goes because we don't know what's about to happen.
It's going to be a wild future.
There is a transition that's happening. I mean, Mike Rowe has been on about this for a long time, which is there's, 130,000 blue-collar jobs that are not able to be filled in America right now. Where are those people? They're in junior highs and high schools all across the nation. They need to be trained. Texas is trying to come up right now with lots of extra training and institutions and funding to be able to get that kind of workforce. But the workforce is not able to meet, especially as we're reshoring all this manufacturing to the United States. We have to build nuclear subs. That's electricians. That's putting metal together.
There's lots to do.
There's a ton to do. And so there is demand, and it's probably going to pay very, very well.
It's going to pay well, and the training is on the job. Or you can take a 2-year and get right into it.
Yep.
Man, what an equation.
It's a very strange day in America. And so as we have kids who are trying to sort this out, we're having these conversations all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've got on the topic.
To the future.
To the future.
A brave new world.